Because they're somewhat insecure in what they're doing. When a person is secure, a producer, they will do it that way. But they were a group, like a brotherhood. Like a brotherhood.
Whenever I fall, it's your name I call. Yeah, you've seen me up and down, with my back against the wall. You energize the star in me. Let me shine so bright. So forward, yet so close to see. After you come the night. Whenever I fall, it's your name I call. Yeah, you've seen me up and down, with my back against the wall. You energize the star in me. Let me shine so bright. So forward, yet so close to see. After you come the night.
Whenever I fall, it's your name I call.
What is going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and we are here live for Spiritual Dance Music. This is the show where I combine not only the astrology and the tarot, but we do also a prayer, and we combine it all into a live dance music mix. We are live, of course, here at the highvibe.tv studios. Make sure that you check out the links down below, especially to make sure that you go to highvibe.tv or get one of our awesome apps right here. Apple TV is my favorite one, if you have Apple TV. I'm tickling Apple TV a little bit, you know what I mean? Tickling a little Apple TV. But we also have iPhone, Android, and it's all free. And especially this show is always free, and it's always free on the apps. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, or if we get flagged on YouTube ever, because whenever you do music and live DJing, they flag you sometimes. The sets are always free, and they're always on the apps or highvibe.tv. Also, if you become a member, you get my daily video horoscopes, my weekly horoscopes, and all the other amazing talent on High Vibe. And we just had an amazing new show that just came out. Do not miss. It's like a documentary, but I think we're taking it to a whole new place. History in the Stars. It's so amazing. Make sure you check it out. The first episode just came out, going into demonology, the mysteries of demonology, and the King James Bible. And everybody welcome Ann, too, to High Vibe. She's amazing. Hi, Ann. But make sure that you all follow her on Instagram. I put her up on my Instagram. I'm trying to blow her up. So let's blow her up. Let's blow her up. And let's have a good time tonight. So check out highvibe.tv or get my 2020 What's Next video. You want to find out what's going on for the next... Well, I guess you could say it's a 3.5 hour video, but for the next rest of this 2020, some of my predictions already came true. So, boom. Check it out, highvibe.tv on the paid video section. Let's go into today. I'm going to keep it rather light with the astrology, even though it's a very heavy one. It's a lunar eclipse. Because on this show, we always do it on the new and full moons, and we do it as a ceremony. And this is a full moon lunar eclipse. They're not the most friendliest, I'll be honest with you. Don't put your crystals out tonight, especially, or if you did today, go clean them, because this one's square Mars. Not fun, but it's forcing us all to step into our power more and shed the things that are holding us back from stepping into our power. That's the number one issue going on right now in the universe. What is holding you back from your true identity, your true self, in your belief systems? I went really deep into this on Deep Astrology yesterday, which I put up for free on YouTube, and it's on High Vibe. But I will say that there's weird aspects to this sun and moon that's creating this lunar eclipse with Saturn, the semi-square, the Sessi square, the semi-square over to Mars, There's a lot of weird energy. We all feel like we're kind of like, what do I do next? What's the next thing? It's a Venus retrograde. Just met with the sun, an inferior conjunction point. Major relationship changes in our life and values and creation. But also with Mars there, like what just is not working? And with the South Node and the lunar eclipse being in Sag, what doors are we keeping open and nothing's coming in? But you think somehow it's going to come back in. Ain't going to come back in if it hasn't come back in. Like, close the door and be logical and use your mind of what makes sense. The other thing is this has to deal with the mind, and some of it is just like, there's lost causes in life sometimes when we try to figure things out. We try to understand every bit of everything, or why didn't this happen, or why is this happening so much? Just look at the facts and just the basics and put the science together, and you'll be good. Let's go into the tarot right now. We are live in the chat room, too. We always love when you do share this video because we have a time that is beyond. We take you to other dimensions on this place, okay? Because this show is not going to just be like this. There's multiple cameras, and, of course, we turn all the lights on. Craig does all the visuals, and we take you to a whole nother world. So this is just a warm-up. But let's do the tarot real quick. Hold on. I had to do the Jax Atlantis fan with the tarot there, and then I was thinking, why don't you all pick the card for me? And then I'm like, oh, we're not at a world yet where you can reach out physically and pick the card for me. Maybe you all subliminally or subconsciously did, or spiritually. And I thought, what actually is very innovative of Jax and how he does his spreads, because whenever, Jax is around, he's on High Vibe. I don't know if you all know Jax Atlantis. But for years, him and I have been working together and been on the same networks. And so, long story short, like, whenever you get a read from Jax in person, it's like he will spread it out and he'll pick the card and he has his way of picking it. But I just thought that, I didn't even think that not only when you fan it, could you, if you're hot in the summer that's coming up here, especially for us in the northern hemisphere, they need to come up with a tarot fan. Jax, if you're listening or if you're around, or when you do, bro, we need to come up with the tarot fan by Jax Atlantis, that you have a fan, and it will also be your cards, and then we'll reconnect to like a little ring or something. I don't know, I'm mind blown. Lunar eclipse and Sag. Thinking about you, Jax. I'm also thinking about everybody on High Vibe tomorrow, of course, Tim Losi, the Peace Stealer. We've got so many great people on High Vibe. And, of course, Kim Tabay, Craig, Ann's in the house, and Craig. And we also have Maya now, who is also part of High Vibe. She's actually in the background of my Instagram video. So follow Maya too. I'm trying to blow everyone up here. Follow everybody. We should all follow everybody in the world. Everybody else you guys want to know to blow up? All right, let's do the tarot. Let's see what's going on for this. What do we need to hear? We've done so much astrology. I am literally like, I'm not over astrology, but just giving you guys a lot about this eclipse and Venus retrograde. So let's see what's going to happen with the tarot here. First card we got is the Sun card upright. Woo! I've been kind of feeling that today. This kind of new awareness that's lighting the way, bringing our inner child back. Now, if you're having issues with feeling happy and finding that inner child back, it's very clear on the issue. So I just want to say this. It's like, you're not happy? You know exactly why. And if you're going to continue to keep lighting that path of unhappiness, you will stay unhappy. So this is where you just bail out on that and go have a good time. You know what? I brought out my Nintendo Switch recently. I forgot I had one. I've been having more fun with Nintendo Switch than I thought I would ever have. I'm playing Ninja Gaiden on NES. Remember that? So go do something different. Now, these get to serious things, though, with the Sun card, right? Because it is, I would say, one of the most important cards. It is a major arcana card. I'd say that all of us need to really pay attention to, especially with the Sun in Gemini, that just had this Venus aspect. It has the weird angle to Saturn here, and it's in a lunar eclipse. That, let's go find the curiosity. What actually is on the same page as yourself in life? Nintendo Switch and I? Maybe I'll just marry Nintendo Switch. Like, we're on the same page right now. You know what I mean? Like, me and PlayStation aren't on the same page right now. You know what I mean? So, am I going to go really start up my PlayStation, or am I going to continue playing my Switch? I should probably keep playing with my Switch. Second card that we got here is the Three of Cups in reverse. Woo! So, it's almost like, okay, we know what makes us really happy. Look how beautiful this card is, by the way. But, you know, and when we finally face that and understand that, there is something to say about, we do want this extreme celebration that doesn't seem to come. Well, I would say that the extreme celebration, one, what are you trying to find a celebration with? There might be this whole entire energy of people and, more importantly, emotions that you have of this idea that you'll be happy and everything will go great. But the energy of the person, the energy of the surroundings, the energy of the celebration energy that you're looking for doesn't hold the same light that you do. So there's a lot here about what has the same energy as you and what doesn't, because it's not going to be a joyous celebration, ever. When you're not around anybody who's backing everybody up and having a good time and doesn't feel that same way about you. Deals with people. The challenge card that we got here is, ooh, the Seven of Cups in reverse. Now, this card has to deal with, right, lots of options in the world, lots of fantasies. But with the challenge with the reverse, it's almost like people have stopped believing in dreams and fantasies. It's like, I'm going to be honest with you, and my guides are saying this right away. Stop paying attention to the news. It's ruining your fantasies about life. You're basing your whole entire dream life right now about, well, is that possible with all this going on in the news? Like, I don't know why I'm getting that from Spirit. I will say, though, this. The challenge here is to actually put more dreams into our life. To believe more into those dreams. Now, I know that that's kind of South Node Saggy, very Neptunian square to the lunar eclipse, but I will say that it's also the realization of which dreams are not possible from your own point of view by thinking of the analytical stuff and not looking at the world stuff. But it also is like, okay, once you exit some of those fantasies that don't make sense, don't be afraid to go whip out some new ones that do. Your overall card for this is the Justice card. This is totally rebalancing in the universe right now in all of our lives. And I would say that this is a great lunar eclipse. There's an equilibrium in ourself coming back. It's like, I don't know if you ever know, but like whenever you get like vertigo, right? it's because of the fluid in your ears, right? And then they have you do like a thing on the bed, or, they have to equalize your fluid in your ears. The Justice card to me in this spiritual sense is like there's a balance coming to, God, I sound like some Jedi in Star Wars or something. The balance and the force is coming. But I think that the projection is the belief that there is no balance right now. And I think that we need to see that it's within ourselves if we bring balance to our life through our true happiness by getting out of these connections and celebrations that we know aren't possible, or they're not on the same page, or they're just, there's going to be people out there that are hanging around the wrong people. That's definitely with the Three of Cups reversed. And the challenge here being the Seven of Cups reversed, it's almost like the balance is we need to bring back the right kind of visions and dreams, the right people, and be very clear on, what does make us happy and why are we continuing to light up the areas that don't. And our spiritual advice card that we got is the Three of Wands at Bright. Wow, these are all new adventures to go on. But ironically, of course, with a full moon, lunar eclipse in Sag, but I think it's the logical ones. It's also a little bit of like what ship's coming in next. Which direction is life going next? There's a lot of wondering, but overall, it's like it's okay to kind of see what ships come in, but you need to be in the port to where they're the kind of ships that you want to bring in. If you're like waiting, like I said, I've been saying people have been waiting for these certain doors to bring things in. It's almost like if you're sitting at, I don't know, let's say you're sitting in front of some Chinese restaurant and you're expecting them to have a hamburger on the menu. And your hopes and your dreams are there, and you're just going to wait until the restaurant does it. So you're going to plop yourself there and you're going to sleep there every night. Like if it was the iPhone days when people waited every day. Nobody does that anymore. Have you noticed that? What happened to the whole oh my God, the new iPhone's coming out and everybody's sleeping at Best Buy? Has anybody thought about that? What happened to those days? I never did that shit, by the way. But in long story short is, it's like, are you doing that for things that actually don't even exist in the store? It'd be like waiting all night. Oh my God, the new thing at Best Buy, but I hope they have it when I get in there. And it's like everybody's looking at you like, why are you in this line? We're all here for an iPhone. We know what's in there. And you're like, oh, well, I'm in here for a vacuum that I hope comes out one day that's like carry on in my backpack with me and it will never die. It's like, okay. You go in there, everybody's all happy in the store, and guess what? You're walking out like, oh, I went to the vacuum section. Oh, it's like, oh, we haven't updated those in years. What are you doing? I don't know what to tell you. And then you're like, oh, my God. Those poor Virgos. I know that's the stupidest analogy I've ever used in my life of all the years and the decades that I've been doing this shit. But I will say that there's some deep truth to that right there. Are you waiting in a line for something that ain't showing up? Something that's not, you don't even know for sure if it's in the store? And you have no facts and you're just going to keep believing? Oh, I'm going to believe. It's like move away from that and then find the things that have the facts, that have the communication, that have the signs from the universe that say that there is this, instead of you losing yourself in this over-hoping for things that just are not. When it comes to relationships, I'm only going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to pull one from this deck. I'm going to pull one from the Golden Tarot. You got the World card. There's a lot of relationships coming to their close, but also it's opening up a big new door. The World card is the last major arcana card. In this deck, too, it is, kind of the solidarity, the white owl of knowing the information. So there's something to say about a lot of closures, and it's positive, though. It's like I think that these are just positive closures, and there's a lot of readjustments here. Why do we get this card? We got the Hangman. Ooh. Of course things need to come to an end because they were a lot of lessons that actually made us feel like we were almost losing ourselves. But we learned a lot. We gained a lot of wisdom. 2 major arcanas with that. Wow. So when it comes to relationships to this one, it's also about which world do we feel that we want to be stuck with somebody with instead of feeling like we're stuck. There's a difference between like, I want to be stuck in your world and with me and you in my world and you know what I mean? It's like, I want to be stuck in the world with you forever. This is kind of saying like the relationships where you're like, I don't know if I'd want to be stuck with you for another 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? Like full day, all the day. If I can't see you every day and I don't want to see you all the time and I want to like hop out and I want to find an excuse. I want to go stay over at my friends, or I want to go here. It's like, what? You need to get the fuck out. Or there's some issues in relationship that finally are going to come to their close because you're realizing it's keeping you stuck, and you got to face them, and you got to bring some sort of new world out of it. You got to redo the whole, I'm going to get a little nerdy. You got to redo the BIOS system on that motherboard of your relationship. You guys are all in the Matrix computer system. Let's do the prayer, and then we are on live to the mix. Whew. What a crazy time. Let's do this right now. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this time in our lives as we are in deep appreciation of you bringing us to this beautiful, beautiful time in our lives. I know that right now it seems to, I would say all of us in the world that go through it, like it looks like chaos. It looks like it's so weird, and it looks like it's so unnormal and not comfortable. But I know deep inside, Lord, that you're reminding us to look at the beauty in our lives that surround us and not to forget that you have a part to always bring love and joy and peace back into our lives the more we connect with you. And I know that you always assign us our angels, our guides. You assign all of us the amazing ability to tap into you through having more fun, being more curious into the path that you lead in front of us. And I ask for you, Lord, to help people to come back together on this earth through not being so divisive, but being inclusive into trying to understand, being willing to take down the guard to listen instead of have to show what's going on. I feel that this is a time for us to all, through you, Lord, learn the lesson, to be more inclusive in our lives, to go in the directions that make us feel good in our lives, to be positive about things. And I know that there's so much around right now that is attacking the spiritual community for us being too love and light. And I've been one of them in many cases, Lord, and I know that you know that, Lord. But at the same token, I feel that this is a time for us to really find a beautiful place that we can all start to, in our individual selves with you, Lord, come to a peace in ourselves. I ask you, Lord, as an individual that is on this planet and as a soul that loves you dearly, that my prayer to you, Lord, is for the world, for people to just find their inner peace, to feel safe, to feel like everything that's happening is, of course, for great lessons and great reasons, that we are not at the true full understanding yet of what they're all happening for. I also ask you to help, and with my prayer to you, to pray that the world, whatever it is out there that is trying to cause us all not to band together, to be together as one human, loving, beautiful, I don't even want to call us one beautiful being, one beautiful race, one beautiful anything. We are the beautiful energy of you. And I don't know what is out there from the dark that is trying to disturb that is trying to create these very, very divisive motives in life right now. But I ask for you to help everybody inside find that love, find that power within themselves, because it's only through the people, it's only through our individual selves that we are going to make this change with what we do in our inner world. And I know that this is what you give all of us. You give us that hope. You give us that peace when we talk with you, when we're with you. And I'm so happy that your presence is just always around us, God, that you are always with us at every moment, that you are always through us, through all the thick, through the thin, through the crazy, through the weird, through the beautiful moments as well. And I know that you talk to us through these beautiful moments like this lunar eclipse that is going on, or even the full moons or the new moons, or just and through everything, through the beautiful meowing of my little baby pixie that I love so much, and my little Leo, and how he just has his eyes wide open. I see you through that. I see you through every little thing that brings me happiness in my life. And I just hope right now that you can help open up another doorway to people, to have them get through their pain, to get them through their suffering, to get them through anything that is making them feel unheard, or not making them feel unseen in themselves, or unseen by you, or unseen by the world. That you are always there, that you always fill that spot, that you always fill that gaping hole that we all feel when we look outside. And I ask for you to help people close the doors where they already are not getting anything through those doors that they want. And they're fighting in themselves for those doors to bring something through when we know that the ultimate door that's always open, that always is giving us nothing but eternal love is you. And I ask for you to help people in themselves close those doors that are tearing them individual selves away from your beautiful light, your beautiful world. And I know on this beautiful day here in June that you have our back, that you have our guidance through this. I know that you give us signs. I know that you give everybody signs. And I hope that right now, if I could pray for anything in the world right now, I'd pray to you, Lord, for the world, for people, to find that inner happiness, to find that place where they know that they are supported, that they are perfect the way they are, that everybody internally knows. And to also know that I know it, Lord, I feel that there is a dark presence trying to get rid of and destroy the beauty of all of us as human beings on this planet. And we can't determine or know where it comes from, but it feels very hidden. And I ask for you to help us reveal what that is. And not because we want to try and destroy them or do anything back, but for us to just realize the areas where we got lost, where we fell for it, where we got thrown into the spell. And I've asked you many times, Lord, in all these prayers to help us remove the spells in our life that are castrating ourselves and putting us into a box and holding us away from our true self, our true heart, our true happiness, our true being. And I know this spell is so intense, and I know it's so hard for people to get lost in the spells right now, and I know that the spells are coming way more intense every day. And I ask for you to help people to realize that there is no spell breaker except love itself, that there is no spell breaker except for the deepest connection to the universe, to source, to God, to love, and to build beauty and to build love, to be creative, to be in our true selves. That is what breaks the spell. And we don't have to go out there and try and prove anything to anybody except just be the truth. And I love that you are the only truth there is in the world, Lord. You are the ultimate truth. You tell us the truth in ourselves. You tell us the truth in the world, when all we have to do is look up to you. Thank you, Lord, for being there for us. Thank you for always giving us all these blessings and love and support, even through these rough patches in life. And there are always rough patches. But I know that you are the one that is the bridge gapper, and I know that there are forces out there that you always protect us from that are trying to do even worse than what we see out there in the world today. And I know you're doing your extra work. Thank you, Lord. Amen. All right, everyone. This is where you should get some good speakers on. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a good time. This is where we really actually DJ. It's a full real show. You know, we're living in a world today where it's like things are not real anymore. So it's like, this is actually real. I don't fake this DJing. I don't use a laptop. So I just want to say that. It is a good time. Please share it. We have a lot of people in the chat. We have over 600 people in here. Please share it. We're going to have a good time. Let's go. And I will see you all live right now in the mix.
not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor, 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 having his identification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
Where am I? Hey, little brother, don't be afraid. Take my hand. Oh, there's the light. Yes.
$1 million.
Wow. So beautiful. Yes. Where are we? Where are we?
1 million. 1 million. 1 million. 1 million.
Take my hand.
1 million. 1 million dollars. 1 million. 1 million. 1 million dollars.
This is heaven.
$1 million. $1 million.
This is heaven. it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I remember I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I remember the moment.
human cycle. C3PO human. C3PO. Sir, I am C3PO human cycle relations. C3PO human. I am C3PO human cycle. Sir, I am C3PO human. Sir, I am C3PO human cycle relations. I am C3PO human cycle. C3PO human cycle relations.
Fade away, drift into the sea of time. Fade away, drift into the sea of time. Fade away.
fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck? 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 The fuck? The fuck? 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 Fuck?
jam, pump it while your feet are stumping, and the jam is pumping. Let the crowd are jumping. Pump it up. Pump it up. Make my day. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump up the jam. Pump up, dump, dump. Make my day. Pump it up. jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. Pump it up. Pump it up.
One time for my independent woman, getting down for my independent. One time for my independent woman, getting down for the business in the club, getting low. One time for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for my independent woman, getting down for the business in the club, getting down for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for my independent woman.
One time for my independent woman, one time for my independent woman, one time for my independent woman, one time for my one time for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for my independent woman, getting down for the business in the club, getting down for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for my independent woman. One time for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for the business in the club, getting down for the woman, getting down for my independent woman, down for my independent woman. One time for my independent woman, getting
no more days of trying, no more nights of lying low. Never saw you coming. I know we got something right now. Oh, every time we're close, I know that there is something, the one I need the most. I know that we're the real thing. Oh, every time we're close, nothing that I want more. No, nothing, no, nothing, no, nothing.
one time for my independent woman, getting
no more days of trying, no more nights of lying low. Never saw you coming. I know we got something right now. Every time we're close, I know that there is something, the one I need the most. I know that we're the real thing. Every time we're close, nothing that I want more. Nothing, 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 no.
y'all thinking? Y'all thinking?
Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom, transformed into an oasis of freedom and oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
What are y'all thinking?
end up strangers, but I take the consequences any day. We should have been friends with you, but I don't wanna fight it. Why should we sit back and pretend when it just might be the right thing? If the sky was falling down around us, then would we give it all? If tonight was all we had together, let's love each other like nothing really matters. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Nothing matters. Nothing really matters now.
Finna give me some. Keep finna give me some. Keep finna give me some. Give me some. Bang bang bang. Keep finna give me some. 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 Keep bang 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 bang. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Finna give me some. Keep 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 finna give me some.
I'm about to turn it up.
Back
Once again, we gon' tip the party up.
Contemporary music is produced with electronic machines that can recreate the sound of several acoustic instruments. We're going to explore some audio clips of different sounds. Here's an acoustic piano. This is a full string section. And here comes the bass. But the main element, the most important part, the best moment of your whole composition will always be the drop.
think that the best way to escape war is to dwell upon its horrors and to imprint them vividly on the minds of the younger generation. They flaunt the grisly photographs before their eyes. They fill their ears with tales of terror. They dilate upon the ineptitude of generals. They denounce the crime and insensate folly of human strife. Now all this teaching ought to be very useful in preventing us from attacking or invading any other country, if anyone outside America wished to do so. But how would it help us if we were attacked or invaded ourselves? That is the question we have to ask. Would the invaders consent to visit Lord Beaverbrook's exhibition? Or listen to the impassioned appeals of Mr. Lloyd George? Would they agree to meet that famous South African, General Smuts, and have their inferiority complex removed in friendly debate? I doubt it. I have borne responsibility for the safety of this country in grievous times. I gravely doubt. But even if they did, I'm not so sure we should convince them and persuade them to go back quietly home. They might say, it seems to me, you are rich, we are poor. You seem well fed, we are hungry. You have been victorious, we have been defeated. You have valuable colonies, we have none. You have your navy, where is ours? You have had the past, let us have the future.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat. If we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. From outside this world. From outside this world. Alien threat from outside this world. An alien threat. Alien threat. An alien threat. Facing an alien threat. Facing an alien threat. Facing an alien threat. Alien threat. Facing an alien threat. Facing an alien threat. You were facing an alien. Facing an alien. You were facing an alien. Facing an alien. Facing an alien threat from outside this world. From outside this world. This world. From outside this world. Threat from outside this world. Threat from outside. Threat from outside. Alien threat from outside. Alien threat, an 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 alien
Every time that I get drunk. like a pong 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 pong
I take the weight off my shoulders. I feel the sky come down on me, and I can't hold it much longer. Gotta let go so I can be free.
and justice. The freedom and justice. The freedom and justice. I have a dream. Dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. My poor little children, one day live in nations where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. 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 Character. I have a dream today. 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 I have a dream. I have a dream today. I have a dream today. A dream today. Dream today. 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 In today. In today. Dream today. Dream today. Dream today. A dream today. A dream today. A dream today. A dream today. Dream today.
That our love will never die. Hey darling, when you look into my eyes, please tell me you'll never have to say goodbye. 'Cause I can't wait. This is what I've been waiting for. I can't wait, baby, till my light walks in the door.
told too many lies. Free myself again. Free myself again and 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 again and
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body.
about